This is the Wait For It podcast.
Hey everybody, Eric from the Wait For It podcast here with Katiee Sackhoff here at Ocala Comic Con. How's the day one been treating you so far?
It's busy, which is a good thing because I got in last night at 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my God, I'm sorry.
So my brain is like not awake yet.
Yeah.
And maybe tomorrow I'll be more well rested.
Absolutely. Well, coming in, I know a lot of people here really appreciate it. A lot of great cosplays for a lot of the characters that you've played, and there are a lot of characters that you've played over long lengths of time.
Yeah.
What has that been like? I know you've been talking a lot about your journey, just as a creative, just as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it like to have multiple characters where you're investing that much time into yourself over the years?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, number one, it's a gift to be able to play a character for such an extended amount of time. A character like Bo-Katan, I've said for so long now that I know more about her. Myself and Dave Filoni know more about her than anybody else.
Yeah.
And she's incredibly special to me. And I take playing her very seriously. And sometimes I put too much pressure on myself, That transition from animation to live action was important to me. I wanted her to resonate not only for the people who came from Clone Wars and Rebels, but I didn't want her to be jarring for people that didn't know her. And so it's always fun, and I hope to continue for many years to come.
Yeah,
so.
We're excited to see more, obviously. And I know there's only so much you can talk about that. So what I'll ask instead is, you talked about the transition from animated to live action. Is there a preference on one of those performances, something that you really lean towards? And if there's not, what's something in both aspects of that media that you enjoy the most when you're performing as a character?
For sure. I mean, they're completely different mediums.
Yeah.
And animation is different because my job as the voice of her was to bring Dave Filoni and the crew's, their product to life, bring that character to life, and do what they wanted her to do, be who they wanted her to be.
Yep.
In live action, I got to leave a little bit more of my stamp on her, but it's really, it is a fun, daunting thing when you are bringing to life animation that has a specific way of moving, a specific way of using their face, and that wouldn't necessarily have been the way that I would have played her to begin with if we'd established her in live action to begin with, because I have a very different way of moving. Yeah. But what I love about it was that there's a stillness to Bo-Katan that I don't know if I would have leaned into had I established her first. And I love her stillness. I love the fact that she doesn't move, she doesn't speak unless she intends to or means to. And that's really special. I love that.
That's very interesting. A really interesting take. And something I wanted to also kind of transition to as well is I was listening to a little bit of the Sackhoff show as well. There's a lot of conversations. You're looking for like authentic conversations that you're having.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about what that's been like. I've been podcasting for a long time now, and it's so exciting every single day. You're meeting new people. I'm assuming it's the same for you, and I just think it'd be an interesting conversation. Also, if anybody wants to check that out, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Sackhoff show really came out of COVID. I had these wonderful conversations with friends that I didn't get the opportunity to talk to that much anymore because lives, our busy lives take control, and we don't have an hour on a Tuesday night to talk anymore. And so I was really craving that again. And then at the same time, I was having these wonderful conversations with my friends at conventions in the green room. And I was like, God, if the people out there could hear these conversations, they would be like, oh my God, I never knew that about that person. I didn't know that person does that. So I really wanted to sort of bring that to people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll throw a personal touch at the end, because when you are interviewing somebody, you try to find something that people may not know.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask a question called what's in your queue. Is there something that, whether it's a book, a TV show, some form of media that you're trying to consume, you've been putting it away, you want to check it out? Is there anything like that that's been on the radar for you?
I'm making my way through Wednesday.
Great.
I just finished Shrinking, which was Chef's Kiss.
Yes.
That last episode.
So good.
Everything I wanted it to be.
People see it on Apple TV, but they have a lot of great stuff.
No, it was beautiful. I cannot say enough about the performances of every single person in that show. It was beautiful. It was so well done. I am a really big fan of Harlan Coben, so I'm looking forward to I Will Find You, which is the new book adaptation of his. And I'm reading one of his books right now, so I love seeing any of his books come to life.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you for the time, everybody. Katiee Sackhoff.
Thanks, guys.
Hey everyone, Phil Barrera, aka Phil the Filipino, with the Wait For It podcast at Ocala Comic Con with my guest, Griffin Burns. Griffin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks. It's a nice, chill Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how did day one go here?
Day one was
Saturday?
slammed. We were really busy and met a lot of awesome fans, a lot of Demon Slayer fans.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, let's start there because obviously, you're smaller portions in the first film.
Yeah.
But the second and third ones are coming up. Like, what has been your response just kind of watching how the first one is going, and how does that lead into your excitement for the last few?
Well, honestly, I had no idea how big this movie was going to be. I mean, who did? Oh, Muichiro has something to say about it too. He's excited too. No, I didn't. I mean, the box office sales were crazy.
Yeah.
I got to go to a red carpet premiere for this. Like, Channing Tatum's in it. It's kind of on a different level than I ever thought. So it's very exciting, and I look forward to what's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, seeing you got like Demon Slayer, like unseated Pokemon. Like,
yeah, it did.
Like, that's crazy. Like a franchise with 30 years of all that history of Pokemon and people that don't necessarily keep up with other anime.
Yeah.
And like Demon Slayer is like doing this. It's nuts.
It seems like it's captured an audience even outside of the traditional anime fan. I feel like it's become more mainstream and
100%.
brought more people into the genre. So I think that's pretty awesome. And I'm excited to see how that's going to affect other things in the future. Like, will we see more live action anime?
Right.
Will we see more, I don't know, movies, anime movies?
Yeah, we're seeing that with gaming.
Yeah.
I like that, like, with the Fallout show, they're doing stuff that's like it's not a like shot for shot remake. We're seeing other stories within these universes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I know a lot of times people will ask like what you've learned about a character as you voice them and learn more about them. But is there anything that a character has taught about yourself as you voice them?
About myself? Oh, that's a deep question. I don't know. I see little bits and pieces of me in my characters. Obviously, I'm giving them a voice, so it is part of me. With Muichiro from Demon Slayer, I see my younger self because he is the youngest Hashira, and I used to be kind of an emo kid. I used to skateboard, play in garage bands, so there's like a moodiness to him that I'm like, I remember when I was like that.
Yeah.
So, but he's got a big heart actually, and you start to realize that as you see his arc. So yeah, I think I do too. I'm a sensitive soul.
It's funny watching stuff when you're older and learning the complexities of the characters. You're like, oh man, he's going through it, and like I did that too. Like
exactly.
I think it's great being able to rewatch it. So
makes you more like him more too, or any character really is when you see their heart, their emotional side. You connect with them as a human being. So
for sure.
It's cool.
Well, on a, when you always have to try to make time for yourself, like what are you doing? You mentioned music, like is there a music you wind down with, a podcast, video game, TV show? What are you doing right now?
Well, believe it or not, I am just watching Game of Thrones for the first time.
Okay. I've never seen it, so you're not you're not alone.
I've been watching that in my downtime. I play in a band, I write music.
Yeah.
That's an outlet. And I work out, although last night at the gym here, I freaking did something to my knee. So, getting older. I'm getting older. Hopefully not too old to voice teenagers.
Right. Yeah.
But
it's like you get on that Sunday, that second day of the con, you're like, oh man.
Yeah, no, seriously. They brought me a knee brace, so I'm falling apart over here, but no, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.
Would you like to let the audience know where they can find you and anything you can tell us about as far as what?
Let me think. Things I can talk about. Shoot. Believe it or not, I'm Ken and Barbie. There's a new Barbie series on Netflix called Barbie Mysteries. Lots of new video games that are coming out at the end of this month in October. I'll announce those on my socials, and you can follow me on TikTok, MyGriffinBurns, or same on Instagram, MyGriffinBurns.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for taking the time.
Thank
we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Hey everyone, Phil Barrera, aka Phil the Filipino, with the Wait For It podcast here at Ocala Comic Con, day 2 with our guest, Nika Futterman. Nika, how are you doing today? How was day 1 of the con?
Day 1 was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like the kind of busy that's like perfectly busy because, it was super consistent, but I got a chance to talk with everybody, which is why I started doing these things, because I love it. you know, I mean, how bad can it be when, you know, people are lining up to love you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's not an overwhelming busy, but it's like a steady, consistent busy.
It's like a steady, perfectly awesome busy, and I'm so like just in gratitude of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like the luckiest person
yeah.
on the planet, besides all the other lucky people.
Right. Also, to point out the fit, killing it today. Can we show it? Can we show it off?
Oh yeah.
Had to shout it out. Had to give you an opportunity. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, Sonic, Star Wars, Marvel.
Yeah.
What's it like being a part of these franchises that mean so much to people?
Well, you know, it's funny because being someone who usually hides under a rock, I didn't really even know how big. I mean, obviously Star Wars,
Sure.
I knew how huge it was, but now that I'm starting to do these things, and what makes it so amazing is that I'm starting to like understand how much each of these franchises means to people, just in terms of like in a world that is so wacky right now. This is the stuff that keeps people happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to be a part of that, because I always felt kind of weird. I was like, I'm living on this planet, and it's not like I'm like solving world problems or curing cancer or doing things like that. I'm just doing silly stuff. But then I realized this silly stuff is what everybody needs.
Yes.
And,
especially right now, very important.
especially right now. And so to be part of like these huge franchises that are like, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. The Star Wars thing I've been involved with for now, you know, a long time.
Right.
And I've never experienced anything like that. That it actually is just like literally part of people's lives.
Yeah.
And to be a part of that, like, I mean, it's like, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's awesome. So I feel truly like just blessed and, you know, honored.
Yeah.
That they chose me.
Right.
Pick me.
So,
come in. Yeah.
I have a very selfish question to ask
Yes.
because one of my favorite shows of all time, it's called Hey Arnold. And you played Olga Pataki.
Yes.
Who's a very complex character.
Yeah, I guess complex. Thank you.
Character, I think as a kid, very much frustrated me.
Yes.
And then as you get older, you're like, boy, what a weight and a burden that Olga had to carry. I want to know, did you have an Olga Pataki in your life? Do you have an Olga Pataki sibling? Are you the Olga Pataki sibling or just a family member in general?
Well, okay, so all of my siblings, until I was older, were boys. So it was just me and 3 brothers. Then I had a sister later on in life. So I was like, you know, which I'd always hoped for. So I didn't get an Olga sister, and I certainly didn't have Olga brothers. I'm trying to think if I had friends that were like, well, because like, what are we talking about? Like a sister that like cries all the time, and like, I don't know, like Helga just really didn't like her at all.
Yeah.
But the thing is that if you actually went deep into her life, her parents were, I think, probably both alcoholics.
Those Mr. and Mrs. Pataki were going through it.
Like, they were like, you know, pretty interesting.
They were well off, but they were.
Yes. And so she was just busy trying to be perfect, but it was like really hard for her. You know, I think she's very misunderstood.
I agree, 100%.
You know, she's very misunderstood. So I like. Yes, I've had some friends that were heavy duty. Okay, let's just say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But as you get older, you realize you just want to surround yourself with people that, you know. No, but the thing is that she was all love.
She was uplifting. She supported Helga.
She loved Helga so much.
I think what she just needed to was adjust the approach with Helga, and you know, it would have been fine. But
totally.
Again, super loving. But yeah, I love that
Right. Yeah, maybe just
show.
an adjustment of approach.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Is there? Would you like to let everybody know where they can find you and all your work? If they can follow you anywhere?
Well, I as I said, I kind of hide under a rock.
Yeah.
So forgive me if you try to reach out to me, and it takes a long time for me to respond back because I'm one of those people that doesn't spend a lot of time on social media. But I should, and I promise. 2020. What year is 2026 is coming up?
Yeah.
2026. I'm going to be
Time's
better.
not real.
But I think my Instagram is probably the best way it's Nika. I got hacked.
Oh, no.
So I had to put
Never mind.
underscores and things and dashes. Nika_Futterman. That's at Instagram. That's probably the best way. I'm hardly ever on Facebook, but I'm there. But you can find me there too. And I'm on. I guess I'm not supposed to be on X anymore, right?
Yeah,
is that what people say?
yeah,
But I don't know. I have no
thing.
idea. So, but you can find me there too, which I think is also underscore. Nika _.
It'll all be in the description of the video below. So,
Yeah.
Nika, thank you so much for taking the time. It was so nice meeting you. Thank you.
So nice meeting you.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Hey everybody, Eric from the Wait For It podcast here with Emily Swallow. Emily, you've already been off to a great start on day one here. How has everything been overall for you?
I'm looking over here and there's droids just rolling around.
They're
this
trying to
con,
crash the interview,
all of the cosplay game here is on point, and everyone is just so enthusiastic to be here, especially keep in mind that it's like 85 degrees out, and everyone's still
hot.
like showing up in their full armor. They look incredible. There's so much joy. I'm having a great time.
And that's a great transition to my first question for you, because it's obviously really interesting to see you be in such big, like larger than life franchises, Star Wars, Supernatural, you name it. Like, what is it like being involved with that much intensity of a fan base? There's been a lot of positive stuff you've experienced. Like, how's that been?
It's so joyful. I mean, I have found both communities just to be so the way that everyone looks out for each other, the support, the acceptance is incredible. And I love that, like, no matter what other differences people might have, because of their love for these different stories, they just find each other, and then the charity work that gets done is unbelievable too.
Yeah.
So it's overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, and looking at some of the stuff that you've done in the past, I came across apparently like a hidden talent of yours. You said that you're able to cluck like a chicken to any tune.
I mean, talent.
That's what you said. You did pause on the word talent. I did catch that. I wanted to ask you, is there a talent, if you could put something into your toolbox over your career, something you could add that you don't have or you're still working on? Like, what does that look like for you?
I want to be able to fly.
That's
Can
fair.
I learn that?
You could. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that it's not achievable. I would never say that to anybody.
Don't discourage me.
I would never discourage you. But what I'll say is, when it comes to things that you are known for, I do want to know from a character perspective, what do you put into the character that is Emily? Like, what is exclusively Emily that you could say across all characters you kind of throw in there? Do you do that?
Not consciously, I'm sure that I do.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every character that I play, I learn something about me. Which is one of the real gifts, I think, of being an actor is I have a character I'm going to play, and I kind of feel different things the character needs. I analyze the script and look at traits the character might have. Yeah. And then inevitably I go, either like I would like to have more of that, or that's something I didn't realize I had. And in being able to embody that for the character, I sort of take it into me a little bit more. So I feel like at this point, I probably have a little bit of every character in me. And I don't know, what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That's a really interesting perspective that I didn't think about. I'm going to take that
right.
moving forward. I do have to take one more thing from you, though. I heard during your panel a little chant from Jacksonville. Am I able to get a...
Duval. Yeah, I grew up in Jacksonville, Florida.
We have stuff to talk about.
Oh, okay.
Emily Swallow, everybody.
Hey everyone, Phil Barrera, aka Phil the Filipino, with the Wait For It podcast here with our wonderful guest on day 2 of Ocala Comic Con, Peter Raymundo. Peter, how are you doing today?
Great.
We
Phil.
finally got this done. We finally
Yes.
getting to stand here and speak about your work. How has the show gone for you so far today?
Incredible.
Yeah.
And yesterday was slammed. It was great.
It was very busy Saturday.
This is my 4th or 5th year at Ocala Con, and it just keeps, for me at least, it just literally gets bigger and bigger.
Right.
In the area I'm very thankful to have kind of a following of fans. So it's great.
Yeah, what's it like as far, because these franchises sit with so many parents, and then they bring their kids up, and they're like, oh, and then I showed it to my kids, and now it's also special. Like, so, like, what's that like? That conversation like?
It is, but I have to premise that by saying that the majority of the fans are people that they love the movies. They were like 7, 8, 9, 10 when it came out, and now they're kind of closer to 30. And they definitely have kids, but younger kids. But the parents themselves are the fans.
Yes,
it's not the kids are the fans, and so that's kind of it was unexpected in a way to have that occur, but I guess that happens all the time, right? With music and all that. So
right.
And so then they are. There's a whole era of these movies, and sometimes the kids had not even seen they didn't even know that it was like a big movie, you know, to them. That's just like an older movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's by far the fans, the parents, they're the ones that are fans.
Yes, yeah. And you know, we always see you here, and you have such like just intimate interactions with everybody, which is so awesome to see. And that's why you built up that fan base, honestly. People love coming to you and talking to you about all that stuff. So, I mean, obviously, some of these franchises, they all mean something special is there. You know, don't have to necessarily say something about one, but can you share a story about any of the projects that you still reminisce about to this day from anything you've worked on?
Well, I can say this, that well, Mulan was my first movie, and there's a lot of, for a lot of reasons, that's really special. I actually met my wife on Mulan, and we got married during Lilo and Stitch.
Oh wow! Okay, that's awesome.
So there's that, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty special.
But you know, there's during the movies. Like I would say the highlight, and I've said this story numerous times in interviews, but it's true.
Yeah.
Of my, in a way, a height of my career. Like, so it was my goal to go to Disney.
Yeah.
And for many years, it's very difficult to even get to the college, and then just to get hired at Disney in the '90s, and that is really was tough.
Sure.
But so that said, I on the wrap party, the screening of Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
And this is where it's all cast and crew, and it's like at Downtown Disney. And I'd seen already, like, it's probably like my fourth movie at that point. But so we're about 5 minutes to go, and there's like the whole row in front of me is reserved.
Okay.
Like there's no one sitting there. And I'm thinking, like, who could possibly be sitting here, because it's, you know, it's all, we're already here.
Yeah.
But like, it's about 2-3 minutes to go, then up comes Michael Eisner, Roy Disney, like Tia Carrera, Winona Judd, and it's like, I mean, I was like, no way. And right now, these, like, at the time, remember, I really loved, I mean, and expected, I don't, like Michael Eisner, to me, was like my hero. All going all through the 80s, and what him and like Roy Disney did for Disney animation and for Disney as a whole was like changed my whole life.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we are on just like a total upwards trajectory for many years. Thanks, I mean, to the artists and everything, but those guys really implemented it. But so here we are, and I'd seen them before in the studio and stuff, but here we are in the screening.
Right.
Michael Eisner and Roy is right there, talking with Roy Disney.
Yeah.
And like, that's just like, my whole life's flashing before my eyes. Like, you know, I'm from Ohio.
What now?
Like, and then you see that castle come down.
Yeah.
Man, you know, I can barely even talk about it. It was
right.
You see your name going by.
Yes.
And those credits. And there's Roy Disney. Man, that's the hype.
Yeah.
That was the hype.
Awesome. I love that.
So, I mean, it just made everything worth it.
Yeah, I love that story. I love that. Well, again, like I said, you get to reminisce with a lot of people when you're here, but you're still putting out new stuff.
Yes.
You're still working.
Yes,
What's
sir.
Moby Duck? Can you tell us about Moby Duck?
Moby Duck is my 9th book. All right? So I have a multi-book deal with Penguin Random House with my same editor that I've had for a while. We've done 5 books together now.
Yeah.
So Moby Duck's a picture book. It's based off, obviously it's a play on words on Moby Dick.
Right.
So this is like a maritime ocean adventure, but it actually takes place all in the bathtub.
Okay.
And it goes back and forth between this boy's reality and his imagination.
Yeah.
And so he has these 2 kind of toys, like Captain Herman and this parrot named Mr. Plume.
Yeah.
And they're in search of Moby Duck. And so they go off and they basically go through these different areas, like this, the forest of stinging bubbles, and these different sections of the bathtub. And eventually, well, I don't want to give away, but like, you know, they have this adventure, and it's a great like bath time book. It really has to do with, it ends where you can tell his imagination, no matter what happens, he's going to bring that story into everything.
I love that. Yeah.
And this comes out October 14th.
I was going to say, we're not going to spoil it. So yeah, October, you said October 19th, right?
October 14th.
14th,
So
okay.
a lot of books are released on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that is, but it is.
Tuesdays was the media day for a while, and then it switched to Fridays for a lot of stuff.
Okay.
But books is still Tuesday.
It's Tuesday,
still
and
Tuesday.
so it's coming out. We have a big book release, and if some of my fans are in this area, but in Celebration, Florida, at the library.
Yeah.
My book releases have been pretty huge in the
that's
past. The last
great.
one was really huge. But yeah, so that'll be at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, October 14th.
Awesome.
And it's going to be a lot of rubber duck fun.
Yeah, we're going to make sure to put all of that information in the description of this video. So, yeah, but Peter, I'm so glad we finally got
Phil,
to make this happen.
Thank you so much.
It's so great seeing you guys
Thank you,
all
man.
the time.
I really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, of course. Thanks so much for checking us out, guys. Ocala Comic Con. Moby Duck, October 14th. Hey everyone, Phil Barrera with the Wait For It podcast here at Ocala Comic Con with my guest, voice actor Star Jackson. Star, you had your first fan panel today. How did it go? And how do you feel?
It went really good. I feel I have anxiety and I was really nervous but really excited, and I'm so happy about the turnout. It was so much fun, and it was amazing. It's been awesome here.
Yeah, you did a great job. Everybody had a really, really good time. So I believe that video is going to go up maybe on your vlog eventually. Okay.
Yes,
cool.
It'll be on YouTube most likely.
Perfect. Yeah. So make sure you check it out there. But yeah, tell us a little bit about your journey and what you do as far as voice acting goes and what you've been up to.
Yeah, so I've been a voice actor for 6 years now. I can't believe it. Time is flying like crazy. And I've been vlogging and documenting it through YouTube and Instagram and pretty much all social medias. And what was the last part that you said?
Just kind of like how just your journey so far, and also what you've been working on, maybe what people know you from, or
okay.
what
I'm allowed to say so far. I'm in Bratz. I do a lot of their TikToks that are out with them. I'm also in indie projects and indie animation, such as Paper Clay. It's been insane, but I'm having so much fun.
Yeah, really, really cool. And you're getting to know you over the last few months. Like you're just really a good example of like putting the work in and it just like paying off because you know how to market yourself and you know how to network. So like how important is that when it comes to wanting to be a voice actor? Like how important is the networking aspect of it? We were talking about that a little earlier.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's super important because it just shows who you are as a person, and not exactly everything like what you bring to the table, but I feel like authenticity and honesty go a long way, and to have fun and showing your journey while doing it is such like it gives like hope and inspiration for others, and I love seeing it, and it's like you tell your own story, so I love it.
Absolutely. The last question here, if you can go back, talk to Star 6 years ago, the one that was just about to start voice acting, what would you go back in time and tell her about voice acting?
Oh my gosh, I remember I remember my first video on YouTube, and I saw it recently, and completely different person, just trying to figure out what's going on in the world, what to do, and I would tell her like, you're doing it, you're doing it, you keep going. What you wanted to do was perfect. So yeah, I would tell her that, just keep grinding, don't give up. And it's working. It's working.
Yeah, you'll get there. It's paying off. Awesome. Well, Star, where can everybody find you on social media? Where can they keep up with your work?
So you guys can find me at StarJackson369, and it's literally on all social media. As far as I think on all social media, yeah. And yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Star. Everything to follow Star will be in the show notes. But thanks for joining us, Star.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey everyone, Phil Barrera here, aka Phil the Filipino of the Wait For It podcast at Ocala Comic Con with our artist guest here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Alyss. I'm the artist behind Niceu Arts.
Yeah, Alyss, it's great seeing you. We see you here all the time. What's one of your favorite things about returning to Ocala Comic Con, but also just being an artist at these shows in general?
I think it's the familiarity. I'm finally getting to the point where a lot of people have bought for me in the past at here and other shows, and I love when they come back and show me like my PC holders or any of my keychains on their bags. But yeah, I think it's just familiarity and comfortability here for sure. Yeah,
it's pretty cool, like building up a community, like getting to know you guys. We always make it a point to hang out over the weekend, and it's really like the way that I always explain it. A convention scene is it's a high school reunion that you want to attend because it's people that you actually want to see.
It's actually people you like. Yeah, it's actually people we like. Yeah.
So what's your overall? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry. I was like, we can't forget Tony's.
Right. Yeah, and Tony. Shout out to this. This is not sponsored by Tony's.
Shout out to Tony's.
No, not sponsored by Tony's. And Tawny, who we met last night.
Yeah.
What's the overall theme of your art and your work?
I would say it's a mix of K-pop, Pokemon, and florals. I would say that's a good representation of my stuff for sure.
Yeah. You're a big advocate for K-pop, so obviously right now a lot of new people are being introduced to it because of K-pop Demon Hunters. So if people are looking to expand like their horizons when it comes to K-pop? Like, where would you suggest they even start? Because I think people would be overwhelmed by, because K-pop is not, there's subgenres of K-pop, just like there is regular music. So like, where do you think they should start?
Probably like some of the bigger name groups. Like for boy groups, I would say like BTS, Stray Kids, or ATEEZ. And then for girl groups like Twice, aespa, I can't even think of another one. Like Le Sserafim is another really popular one for sure. Yeah, but like I would say like the more mainstream ones for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
and then and then your algorithm will know what you're looking for.
Exactly.
And then it will help you.
Or just come to me and ask me for song
Yeah,
recommendations.
there you go. Gotcha. So yeah, well, where can everybody find your work and where can they follow you?
I am on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and it's just Niceu Arts, same name across the board. Yeah.
There you go. You'll find that in the description down below. Thanks, Alyss. Appreciate you spending some time with us. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
We're like.
This is the Wait For It podcast.